So we just had another low flyer today. The date is 6/13/2019, 7:56. Now what I want to explain to you guys is these sheriffs over here in San Bernardino. First of all, I noticed when I got the DA reject, the sheriffs for about a good 2 to 3 months, you go to their site and they had it listed like I was in prison. So I believe one of the parts they're trying to cover up is that they were actually charging as if I was in jail, and I wasn't. So it was awkward to me to look up at that site to find inmate, and they be talking about you're locked up in a state correctional when I had never touched down in jail at all. It was totally DA reject, a bunch of trumped up, made up charges. But so what these sheriffs do is when they fly over your house, they use this thing called a stingray. When they use this stingray, they're able to pick up your internet signal. Once they pick up your internet signal and get your router, your license plate out your router, your IP number, stuff like that, they'll constantly monitor you over the internet. So this technique, while they're monitoring me, I just happen to be about to release a video showing you these drones flying over my house, because every night I see them, I'm gonna release it. If it's 1,000 times, I'm gonna release it. You know what? I let them do it for 2 years and a half, and I was showing respect, but it make no sense to show these people respect because they're not respectful people. They just really some sadistic people. So yeah, here it is right here. And what we gonna do with him is we gonna also go ahead and look him up so we can put this information up there and let it be seen who this is. Once again, this is 7:58 a.m. and the date is 6/13/2019. So let's go to flight. Let's go to look up the flights right here on Google. Let's go and see what we can find out. Right, we'll get a chance to see exactly who that was. And you see his technique. He tried to use NA, basically leaving no information. And you call the FAA, they'll tell you people don't fly like that. But I mean, it's footage right here for you to see it. So we're gonna go to FAA flight lookup. And this is a beautiful, man. This is a very helpful scenario, because the FAA, what they do is they'll supply you. They supply you with the option to be able to look up those numbers. Okay, here we go right here. And right here we want to go ahead and, sorry guys, let me save this to my home screen, because there'll be a lot of this looking up. These people, they just making extra money. I don't know who's paying these people to fly over the property at day and night. And I mean, it's so many of them doing it. It's evident that they robbing the clock. It's evident that they're robbing the clock. And this is what you'll see a lot. Like you see this, you'll see a lot of aircraft flying past your house. But don't be fooled. Even though it says Delta to Minneapolis, if you run that in number sometime, you'll find out something different. That could be, but we'll stick to relevance, which is this guy. So he's 454SR. 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 Okay. Let's see who this gentleman is that decides to low fly over the home. Guarantee he's okay. Cyrus Design Corp, the type of plane. Registration is 2020. We do see this is the tail number, correct? N454SR. And the owner is Morgan Ronald D. Okay, look at this. County, Alameda. So this guy right here is coming from LA area. Like I told you, these are people that's working with this Latino police detective Segura. See, when he tried to frame me, he got promoted. Now they're trying to tell me he got demoted. So he was dropped down a level, but from my resources, last time I heard, he had actually got promoted. So these guys are like, basically they've been, for 2 years chasing me and trashing every dollar I make and making sure I don't make enough money to get a lawyer to be able to sue this one officer. So he's a powerful officer. LAPD, these are some powerful people because these people have been fighting urgently, so I can't sue them. But we see who the owner is, Morgan Ronald D. Blecker. You see his address, 277 in the city of Livermore, County, okay. Yes, sir, California. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to him. Now watch what he'll be doing. Now, another technique I'm going to show you is when this happens, they know I have a radar on. So when I have my radar on, you get these. They'll send all these planes just flying. I'll tell you, man, if anybody know about gang stalking, they'll be able to tell you that. And I'll tell you this right here. You see this says Phoenix? I believe this is where this is all coming from. All you have to do is Google gang stalking in Phoenix. You see covert harassment, and you see they have a whole little intel team set up, and they drive around in those white vehicles following people, flying those military drone planes at night, basically trying to put you in a grid. It's like a psychological warfare, a spiritual warfare, and a physical warfare. Yep, and then like most of my friends that know me, they say, damn, man, how'd you get in something so stupid? Man, I tell you this. It's pretty much common racism. That's how I look at it, like that, And I do believe it has something to do with that setup. Aladdin bail bondsman had that. If you had a family that was in the army, and my daddy had honorable discharges, man. He went to the war, fought for this country. Feel me? Fought for this country, man. Had to show bloodshed so everybody could be free in this country. And his dad did it too. So I come from a line of some vets. And shit, when I signed that paper, I think it just was kind of funny. I get arrested. I got 10 receipt in my door that say I have 10K just deposited in the bank. Actually 8,000, something like that. And then you guys turn around and give me a bail for 10,000. Then I pay the bail, and then I get a DA reject because in all reality, these people was trying to frame me. And for some reason, they've been trying to frame me. Yeah, let me continue. But what I was just basically telling you is that you get targeted by these low-flying planes. And I know it's a fact because when I go to L.A., where I've been for the longest, you'll turn on your GPS on your phone and you look at flight radar and you'll see these planes will be looping over you constantly. Now, what you do is you go ahead and drive a little further down and all the areas you'll drive, but they will stop once you get to Hollywood and Beverly Hills. So when you get to places like that, they would not continue. But, look at this guy. He's heading back to Los Angeles. Now, let's see where he came from since they want to keep saying N.A. And keep in mind, like I told you, Phoenix has something to do with this. Phoenix is, I do believe I receive some funny mail from them also. See this? This guy comes from Phoenix. You see what I'm saying? So Phoenix is playing a role in this gang stalking scenario. This is where it's all taking place. That must be the headquarters. That's why when that officer said, I got something for you, what's your name, and made that call, I'm going to just honestly tell all you guys, young to old, do not trust the LAPD. Stop trusting these officers and giving them any kind of information, as such as your name, age, or anything, because these people have this secret kill squad. And this is the reason why LA's been so clean. This is the reason you're not seeing nobody on the street. They knocking them off without nobody knowing. And you see this type of stuff. Look at these, these planes, they fly over my home, but this is where he's headed anyway. So, and then I'm going to tell you, like we said, if we look at it, look at the turns they take. Why do you take such a jagged turn to come towards over my home? It really makes no sense. Totally none. And honestly, like I said, you become a plane target when you're getting gang stalked. That's what these people do. And they'll try to use deception, and they'll try to even use delusional techniques, And if you remember this one right here, I've showed you guys pictures of this one. I've showed you guys video of this one with the twin jets on the side. I've showed you this one circling me here and in the LA area. So, it's really no question. The question is why is this stuff being ignored?